This is my kind of vintage Whirlpool direct drive washer. I just finished restoring this, and I wanted to just kind of show you guys the console and a couple other things, and I'm actually going to do some laundry in this washer too. This washer is pretty special, not because it's a particularly special washer, but because it came in and it was in such perfect condition. I almost felt like my restoration was just like a formality, like I was going through the motions. It's a very, very clean washer, and it was in perfect working condition when I got it, save for that the coupling was bad. That was the reason that they ended up getting rid of the set. So I have a matching pair. They're both in perfect condition. The dryer is absolutely nothing wrong with it. And all I did was, the only repair that I did to this machine was a motor coupling, but I went ahead and replaced the drive block, the clutch, the coupling, did a thorough deep cleaning to the machine. And I did find some dirt, but it was very minimal. I mean, this washer was just in such beautiful condition. I wanted to answer a couple of questions that I got in the comments of regarding this washing machine. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go down the list as of today. One person says I would have changed the transmission oil. And sure, you could. You got to understand that direct drive transmissions are not like rear end differentials. Like they kind of it's a pretty sealed system, and the oil never really gets hot enough to do any type of decay or anything like that. When I open up the transmission, as long as the oil is very, very dark, like almost black in color, then I know that no water got in, and there's really no need to change it. I mean, yes, you could change it, and will it help? Sure, maybe, kind of, but probably not really. That's just one of those things that I don't do. From a cost-benefit kind of perception, there's no difference. Unless, of course, if the oil is contaminated with water, like if it looks like a milkshake, you should definitely drain it out and change it. So the next question is looks like the spanner block wanted to fight. It did, a little bit. I ended up replacing the drive block, and I like to put a little bit of Never Seas on the inside, and you do have to tap that in because a new one is a tight fit. What cleaner did you use to clean the tub? Well, I use oven cleaner, guys. I don't know. I always use oven cleaner on just about everything. It seems to be an excellent degreaser. It seems to lift off just about everything, and I really have no other. I mean, I have other cleaners, but that seems to always be my go-to thing. Just make sure you wear gloves. If you don't wear gloves, you'll probably burn your hands because oven cleaner is pretty hardcore stuff. So their last question was from Jeremy. This was like a 3-part question. He's like, do you not change? I left the plate in the transmission. You know, and that's another thing. And you know, the neutral pack does come with the replacement plate, but gosh, it's a pretty thick piece of steel, and it doesn't I just don't see where it wears out. The 3 most important things are those little cogs that are underneath the nylon wheel. And that's where the magic of the neutral drain happens. Again, this washer was working absolutely perfectly when I got it. So it neutral drained, everything was fine. I just kind of did a partial rebuild of the transmission almost just as a formality. But I do change the 3 pawls for the neutral drain, and then I replaced the nylon gear. From Charles, if I was in Cleveland, I'd buy a washing machine from you. Well, thanks, I appreciate that. Another comment was from Ray, said, need to change out the neutral drain in the transmission. Well, I did. At the very end of the video, it's all very fast forward. What I do is the very, very, very first time that I fill the tub up with water, basically clean, warm water, and I'll let it agitate just for about a minute, and then I will set it to spin, and I'll observe the neutral drain just for about 3 seconds, and then I stop it purposely so that the spin engages. And the reason I do that is so that the water starts to swirl around. It serves 2 purposes to me. First, I like to kind of bed in the clutch a little bit. You know, with a full tub of water, it's about as heavy as it gets. And secondly, when you get that swirly motion, it does a really good job of rinsing any residual soap that I didn't wipe out. this washer does neutral drain well. I'll show you. Obviously, you guys will see this in the subsequent video. Will there be another video of you running this washer? Well, of course, because you guys asked for it. I'll do it. Excellent restoration as usual. I would have changed out the transmission oil. Well, again, guys, it's one of those things that, like, this isn't a Lamborghini. The reason that this washer lasts so long is because it's not that precise when it comes to, like, the repair part of things. This is kind of like a very, like, loose tolerance, kind of very just well thought out machine, and quite frankly, you could run the transmission dry for a couple of years before it'll probably go bad. Another comment from TB, all that work and it's still draining and spinning. Well, I already covered that. It does neutral drain properly. I just, again, I forced it into a spin drain in order to kind of sweep all the residual soap out of the tub. Another person asked, how much do I sell these for? Well, generally a refurbished direct drive, and it's a little bit all over the place, but the general price range would be somewhere between $800 and $1,200. This one, because I have a set, I'm going to sell the pair for probably around $2,000. And I know it seems like a lot. Whatever, if it's, you know, if it's a lot, it's a lot. I mean, it's, to me, it's, this machine is a labor of love. For no amount of money can buy a machine that will give you the absolute control, the durability, and the cleaning power that this washer has. So, I mean, what are you comparing it to? A new $500 washer that will last you 5 years? This machine has survived 20 plus years for a reason. And so if you don't see a value in that, then, you know, this washer isn't the one for you. This particular washer is actually going to be available. This one is not already sold because it's almond color, and I have a set. So I have 3 customers in line for regular direct drive washers, but this one's a really nice pair, and I'm just not breaking it up. So if anybody's interested in the set is going to be up for sale. You know, it will sell quickly, so if you want it, just call and get it, and that's it. I do read all the comments, and I do appreciate you guys. Any questions that you have, try and leave a comment and ask it, and either I'll respond to it in the messages, or I'll try and do a video and answer your questions on the actual video. So one thing that's really cool about this washer is that you have your load side selector right here. It has 4 different wash settings as far as temperature. You have hot with cold rinse, warm with cold rinse, cold, cold, and then it also has a warm wash with a warm rinse, which is definitely one of my favorite. I know that washing in or rinsing in warm water is kind of a waste of energy, but I'm convinced that warm water does a superior job in keeping the fabric kind of loose enough that it will remove all of the soap residue from the clothing while it's rinsing, and I like it, so I use it. It does have a cycle signal, does have an option for an extra rinse. Here at the, let's zoom in on the timer knob so you guys could see. So this does have just a couple of cycles. It's not a super sophisticated machine, but you do have your super wash with your normal, heavy, regular, soft wash. You have your permanent press cycle. You have a delicate cycle. You have a hand wash cycle. I'll try all of these at some point before I put this thing on the floor. We'll just see how it behaves. But I own a machine just like this at home. I have a KitchenAid version of this washer, and I really like it. Although this washer was so nice, I was very tempted to take it home, but where this would go, I don't have a hookup for electric dryer. I have only gas hookups, so this set wouldn't be a good option for me to take home. Another thing to notice is down here in the corner where it says 20-pound capacity. So guys, back in the day, you know, for you younger viewers that maybe don't know, but up until like the early 2000s, most washers were sized by weight, as in the amount of dry laundry that this machine could effectively wash. And most washers were somewhere between 16 and 22 pounds. There was only a couple of washers were 22 pounds, like the Norge built machines back in the day. And those were great, but those tended those tended to break a little bit more often than normal, because I quite frankly, I think it's because of the weight. This is like kind of a sweet spot. Like a 20-pound load is very much so a full laundry basket, like a normal size laundry basket full of laundry. And, for some of you are like, oh, well, I want to do more laundry. It's like, well, you could get an LG front loader, or you could get one of those high capacity top load machines that's got a 5 cubic foot tub. But at the end of the day, it still could really only effectively wash about 20 pounds of dry laundry. So it's kind of one of those things that, like, bigger is not always better. I find that the best performing top load washers are going to be like these smaller capacity 3.5, 3.3 cubic foot washers with a full size agitator. And I have yet to find a no agitator version that does nearly as well, let alone better. I doubt that I'll ever find one that's better. They're not bad. It's just not for me. I'm not a huge fan. I do sell the LG no agitator top load ones. They are about the best that you can get as far as a no agitator top load, but by no stretch are they like an amazing washer or anything like that. But they are good for the purpose that they serve. Some people, they come into my store and show them something like this, and it's just an absolute no from them. They want something with a larger tub. And at the end of the day, I could only suggest what would be a good washer for people. And I am here to sell washing machines, and so if that's what you want, then against my advice, I'll sell it to you, and I'll let you know what the pitfalls are, and how to use it to the best of its ability, so that way you do get a reasonably good wash out of it. It wouldn't be my first choice. I don't really love those machines, and they're just not for me. That's all. I like these old school top loaders, or I'll go with a front load washer if you have some bulkier items to wash.